So I think that the challenge that we faced with working with some of our telecom customers is that a huge percentage, like 70% of all of their big data projects failed. And they failed because they really were not focused around the business. If you look at the telecom business, one of the most important things is, how do I keep the customers I've got, right? Which is a transformation, because in the past, the race has been to get more customers. And so people weren't paying very much attention to the ones that fell off. I only care about the net adds, right? But what they found was that, which is pretty obvious in hindsight, is that you get a lot more profit from the customers that you already have, because you don't have to spend marketing dollars to get them. And in the mobile business particularly, the way that you get new customers is you give them deals, right? First month is, this great package, right? That's money that you don't have to give your existing customers, right? And so you're giving away profit. And in addition, if you can find ways to get more money from those existing customers, don't wait for them to have to come in and say, oh, I'm out of money, I need to go, add some more. Go out to them and find the ones that maybe are in danger of leaving you, and give them a special offer. Don't give everybody a special offer. The first thing is to try to get all of the information possible in the past, right? And then be able to figure out what it was that predicted those people that are already lost. I mean, they're gone, right? But what is it that I could have known about them that I then can know about my current customers that will make it so that I don't lose those people in the future? In banking, it's much more important to be able to incrementally sell, and sell in a targeted fashion. So one of the banks that we worked with in China, their standard marketing was to be able to just blast out short messages to everybody that was one of their customers, offering them, oh, well, if you give me, $1 million, I'll give for 60 days, I'll give you this much, right? But they're sending it to thousands and thousands of people that only have a few $100s in their account, right? I mean, that's pretty useless, right? So that they give the telephone company so much for every message that they're sending out, but they're sending it in a very wasteful fashion, right? So they could more easily target people. So we're working with a number of banks in China, but it's not just about retaining customers, it's about being able to intelligently get new ones. And one of the key things that we found is around what people are calling the social graph, right? So what are the other customers? So if I can identify my good customers, and then I can find out who do they interact with routinely. Maybe they're all on the same soccer team. Maybe they live in the same neighborhood. They go to the same schools, whatever. But there's some set of people that my good customers spend a lot of time interacting with. The odds are that those are probably good potential customers. So how can I market to those people in a way, that attracts them as customers for me, because it's much better use of my marketing dollars rather than broad, billboards that everybody sees or sending out SMS messages to everybody in the world, right? If I can give a targeted message to a targeted audience, much higher conversion rates. And the other thing is that by looking at the customers that bought my new offerings, maybe it's some insurance offering, maybe it's a certificate of deposit kind of, a special monetary, a special investment opportunity. If I can characterize the people that I was successful at selling that to in a way that I can use that information to target new customers, then it's much better use of my marketing dollars. China has some unique things that there's a lot of, you can't just go down to the corner credit agency and get a credit rating on, you know, these tens of thousands of small businesses in China. It just doesn't exist. But as a bank, I know certain things about them. I know that all of their transactions with me as a customer of mine, but I also can buy data. So I can go to the big e-commerce websites, and huge numbers of small businesses are on online in China. And I can, so before I give somebody a loan, first of all, I want to know, you know, who are the people that are good potential, you know, customers to give loans to, right? But then I want to know, are they going to be able to pay it back? And I don't have a credit rating on them. They don't have CPAs and that I can go get their books from, all that kind of stuff. And so historically, the banks had smart people that had developed instincts over time. They could look at all of this stuff and say, yeah, he'll probably pay it back, right? But if I can use big data techniques to be able to look at not only their transactions with me over some huge, you know, long period of time, but also all of the activity of their online. And I can buy that, right? I can go to Alibaba, I can go to, you know, the e-commerce websites and get those streams of information. And then I can, if I use the right big data techniques, I can imply the amount of assets that they have to be able to figure out what is the risk related to paying back. And what we found in this first customer that we did it with was that we were much more accurate than their, you know, seasoned analysts, right? And we were a heck of a lot faster, because it used to take them 2 to 3 weeks to make a credit decision. We can do it in a few seconds, right? And online.